Quiet down. I said I'd get those quizzes back to you and graded by Monday.
Hey, Prof, what are the chances you give us all an A in this quiz?
No, that's not gonna happen. I hope you weren't counting on that as your only way of passing this class.
How about if I make this water bottle in the trash can from here? How about we play a game of tic-tac-toe, and whoever the winner is gets to decide the grades for the class? Oh, better yet, not a regular tic-tac-toe board, but a 5x5 tic-tac-toe board. When are we going to hear more about the research project? Hey, the later he tells us about it, the later we get to start. And the later we start it, the later we get to start it. Duh. You guys need serious mental help.
Well, that's actually a perfect segue for our topic of discussion today. We're going to be talking about Aristotle's mental health trolley, famous problem in computer science.
I know all about this one. First posed by Alexander J. Trolley in 1874.
That's right, and actually, that's essential to networking. You all took networking, right? Well, to start off...
Hey, Prof, check this out. I made this picture of you as the kid on the Post Toasties box.
That's beautiful. Email that to me, and I'll make that my desktop background. Imagine a trolley full of mental health textbooks. 14 possible states, and as we know, a FIFO cube. Multiple planes of reality. Multiple planes of reality. In fact, inverting the curve, making the BOGO sort the most efficient solution to this problem. Now, imagine a lawn gnome who wants to sort flowers in ascending height order. And like Brittany says, you have to work, bitch. Each philosopher has crippling anxiety. The memory bus just has too many stops to make.
Whoa. Zander, what are you doing?
My very best, Zander. I don't have a PhD in this.
Okay.
Hey, is the department picnic 420 friendly?
Hey, all you cool cats and Catholics. Thanks for tuning in this Good Friday for another episode of Zander and Sander. I'm Zander.
And I'm Sander. Thanks for tuning in again. And remember, in case you didn't check in on Monday, that our show is now weekly, only on Fridays.
Right. And we're glad that you've made it through another week. I'm sure that's a little bit of a cliche by now, but we're really glad to see you here again.
We're glad that everybody tuned in. Now, we have things to mourn about going home early, but Zander especially was missing his improv group this week.
Right. The Black V, as you guys know, is just such a fun thing around campus to come to monthly. We love performing for you guys. We love hanging out, goofing around. And I'm really sad that we didn't get to do our last couple of shows. We had a V musical planned for you guys. We had we had our final show, which was outside by the Hosper stage. And so to make up for this, I made a little bit of a tribute for the Black V, since we can't have our last shows together, at least me as a senior. So here it is.
Somebody who
Very touching. Thanks for that emotional moment, Zander.
Mm.
Now classes are continuing on, as is the crisis. And tonight Zander wanted to look back on an issue from before the quarantine. And that's what he'll be writing about tonight in his Letter 2.
Now it's time for A Letter 2, the part of the show where Zander comes out and writes a letter for some reason.
Dear all horses, I am afraid of you. I am afraid of everything you represent. You're so big, strong, and scary. Your eyes are empty pits revealing your lack of empathy. It is clear to me that while you fear rabbits and snakes, you do not fear God. Your mere existence is a sin. Though you have fooled others into thinking you belong on this earth, you do not have me fooled. You are unlike any terrestrial creature in both form and in mind. You are clearly of preternatural origin, and I cannot be dissuaded from this view. I know that I cannot reason with you, but I will still give you this warning. Vacate this planet, at once. The sooner you leave, the better. For you. You see, horses, I am gathering a crucifix and set of candles as we speak. I am gathering bags of salt and silver bullets and wooden stakes by the millions, and I am coming for you, every last one of you. Bet you wish you hadn't bit me at Adventure Kingdom when I was 5 now, huh? Love, Alexander. But not love, hate, because I hate you. Anyway, bye.
Well, we're back. And we've noticed that in the chat, so one of you has been asking, why are all these boxes around here? And we're going to tell you all about this, actually.
Darn right.
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
I would love to. So we decided that our set was looking a little bit empty, and we wanted to spruce it up and make it look nice for you guys. And so we pooled our resources, all of the massive ad revenue that this stream has generated, and went in and bought some set pieces.
Right. Now, you can see from all of this that we haven't had time to unpack any of it yet, but you'll see it next week for sure.
For sure. Absolutely. Now, that letter that Zander was writing has a lot of salt and anger that he had to deal with. And I'm sure that a lot of you are feeling some version of some emotions as well. And I wanted to help you process those feelings with a deep meditation session from yours truly. Come on, let's go. Now, I want you all to find a nice, neutral position that you can be comfortable in. And it doesn't have to be one like this. It can be lying down, you can be on the couch, you can be half sitting on a chair with your head resting on your wrist and your back and it twisted like a pretzel. But just whatever it is, I want you to sit down, get comfortable, and let's just relax together. All right. So we're going to start off with some deep breaths in. Let it out. Oh, and don't fall asleep. That's a good thing to remember. Now, I want you to think about all of those things that have been frustrating you, and just make sure you have them solidly in your mind. Just really grip them and wait. No. Let go. You're supposed to let go of everything. So quick. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. Now. Yeah. Okay. Let go of these things. Feel the tension. Just leave your body, starting with your head. Get rid of it all. Your neck, your shoulders. Relax your back. Relax your stomach. Relax your... Oh, okay. Just hold on. I gotta take a bathroom break.
He went to the... He's in the bathroom.
Okay. I hope you were still meditating. All right. Now, our last step is to get in touch with whatever is around you. So I want you to keep your eyes closed and just stay absolutely still. Just reach out with your mind. Just feel the air around you. Feel the light on your face. Feel the air conditioning rush past your face. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this says to stay there until you achieve nirvana. Okay. Good work, everybody.
Well, we're glad to have you back from the Shadow Realm successfully, if you have come back at all after that very relaxing disillusion into the universe.
Now, I'm glad you all went on that journey with us. Now, it's time for some mail. So, you'll remember that last Friday, we asked you to come up with a name for us to call our fans. And we kept pestering you about it on social media as well. And now it's time to read your ideas.
Let's take a look here what we got. All right, well, the first one, you guys really delivered. Let's look at this. First one is from Skylar, and it says, Fanders, also submitted by Katie on Facebook, and the hater base should be called Slanders.
That's some good wordplay there, Skylar. Solid effort. Next up, Eleanor had a suggestion to call the fans the Sinful Buggers.
Well, Eleanor, I would certainly call you a sinful bugger if you ask me nicely.
All right. Next up, on Twitter, we had a couple of submissions. Liz suggested that we call y'all the Quarren Queens.
Like quarantine.
A little bit like it, yeah. We got an extra Q in there even. So you'll get some extra points on Scrabble for that one.
Right.
All right.
Next is from Matthew, and he says, call your fans Standers because it goes with your names, and we stan. Well, thank you for standing.
We stan
so
you as well.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have some comments on Facebook. First one from Sandy, who says to call you the Friendlies.
Mm-hmm. Becca says home slices, which is funny because actually Zander is in my phone as home slice, starting when we were roommates this last summer.
We were roommates. All right. Abigail says, hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
We're going to skip that one. Katie says Fanders, which we
noted earlier. That was a
that
second
one,
submission. So we have multiple of that one. Those are quite some ideas.
Those are some interesting ideas. Like we said last week, we're going to put up a poll on our social media, and we're going to,
we'll send it out to you all, and we can take a vote.
We'll take the vote together, we'll put it together, and we'll see what the result is. Again, Landon gets 2 votes, everyone else gets 1.
All right. We have one more bit of fan mail unrelated to all of that, which is hopefully a resolution to the biggest fan debate.
Right. This one actually came in about just right before we started the rehearsal for this show. So this one's from Grace Spencer, again, in the Fan Wars. If you've been here the last few weeks, we've got a couple of people just taking pot shots at each other left and right. So we're going to see what this one is all about. The subject is in all caps, and it says, Change of Heart in the Ponds of Kansas. Okay. We'll see what that one's about. It says, Dear Zander and Zander, off to a great start, gotta say. As the two of you may be aware, I recently had a near-death experience. Yes, I had a brush with death, and I almost drowned while swimming in one of the many ponds of Kansas. The reason for being in the pond will remain undisclosed, as it involved a top-secret organization I am not allowed to mention here. The reason I mention this is because of the ongoing rivalry I have been a part of with 2 other fans of the show, School Bus and Abigail, for the title of your biggest fan. After the eye-opening experience of almost meeting my watery grave, I have had a change of heart. I can't live with this state of conflict and turmoil any longer. I would like to say that Abigail is indeed most likely to be the #1 fan of Zander and Zander, while Sketchbook and I are probably tied for a very close second. I hope this is an agreeable way to put an end to this dispute. Sincerely, Graves. P.S. We all know that if we're being honest, I'm probably a bigger fan than Skidmark, but you gotta keep the fans happy, am I right? P.P.S. Oh, don't read that last part out loud on the show. Everyone just forget that last part. That's it.
Yeah, that never happened. And
real.
Graves, I would suggest that if you want us to read these ahead of time and see that note, then you should probably send them further in advance.
Indeed. Yes, I would agree with that. Send them earlier than 10 minutes before we start our rehearsal.
I agree. Well, we hope you all will all vote on social media for what we should call you all. And until then, that's it for our show.
See you next week.